new pickup line?
What?
New pickup line that's going around? You say, "Hey, baby, do you recycle? Because I wanna crush your box and leave you on the side of the street."
What? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm down.
Your box? Want to crush your box?
You got enough cards?
Crush your box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Cards. Like your vagina.
Box is pussy.
Box is vagina.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we were calling it that now. Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
For a while, actually.
Box pussy?
Box has been vagina.
How have you never heard of box?
I haven't.
Excuse me, Josh. We need to have the birds and bees talk with Josh. Okay? So
Why don't you fuck right off? Why don't you just call it pussy like every other normal person in the world?
We'll take the feeder road and then we'll...
I'm gonna take the
I get that because I listen to Box. Yes!
I'm sorry, Josh.
I only got that because I listened to the
I was
Box.
going to say, you laughed like you weren't here for
Freeman.
that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
good.
was in
Good.
spirit.
Yeah, in spirit.
take the feeder road to the box.
You know.
There's a box at the end of the feeder road.
I love that you left in that intro that you guys did because that tied into like so many different parts of the pod.
Yeah,
like,
there was some different.
Oh, God.
Because like you guys say the
turd.
feeder road thing like 3 or 4 times.
I'm gonna leave her box on the side of the feeder.
What's up, guys? It's the Friendly Fire Podcast.
Woo!
It's a podcast!
I wasn't gonna do
It
it.
was only Josh.
It was all Josh. Sean isn't here.
What
I had to do it for Sean.
Episode Michael Jordan.
2-3.
Nice. It was 23.
What is it?
Nice.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that.
See that? Yeah. Episode Michael Jordan.
I'm Logan.
Disco.
Pat.
Sean farted.
My name's
Sean.
Sean.
Sean farted.
My name's Josh, and I just farted.
Yep.
Okay, thank you for
this
that.
is
Yeah,
Nate.
you're welcome.
Andrew.
And
Andrew.
Is your Andrew?
Andrew or and Drew?
Drew also.
Featuring Drew.
Welcome back, Drew.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I guess Patrick. He wasn't here last week either.
I was not.
Let's treat you for Dawn.
You guys were men down or men up, I should say.
Yeah.
You guys talked about some hot button issues. Or you guys offended a lot of people last week.
We did.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the
we
rough
did,
cut?
didn't
Or
we?
the...
He listened to the rough cut.
Okay.
Not the.
We
not
edited
the
out a
actual
lot
cut.
of our
Or did you listen to
conversations.
I listened to the actual cut and some of the shit.
It was way worse.
It was way worse. It was a hell of a lot worse than.
Oh,
Holy shit.
yeah, it was a lot.
Oh God.
So, who specifically did we offend last week?
Do we dare say it?
We don't need to go into that because we edited out of the regular. There's a reason we edited all of our offensive.
Yeah,
jokes.
we did get a little carried away.
You
But
guys-
mostly me because
Especially
there was an issue that came up last week about with Overwatch and that character having like a sexy butt pose, and there was a specific group, I won't say who, but it's a group that I fucking can't stand, and I went off on just a
And now
goddamn
you're going
tangent.
back on the rant.
do it.
So-
I'm not saying
I
who.
think it was like
I'm not
mentally handicapped people, feminists, vegans.
You had to listen to the rough cut then.
No, I listened to the one that was posted on YouTube.
Oh my
I thought
God.
he cut out way more.
I guess he didn't cut out any.
God damn it, guys!
Well,
we're getting
thanks,
sued.
we're
Sorry.
You know what? It's okay. We're all mentally
It's
handicapped. here at
my
this
job to
table,
edit the
so-
podcast, and I fucked up already.
man.
Yeah, you fucked that up royally.
Okay.
Apparently, my definition of offensive is different from your guys'.
Pat, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing?
Oh.
Nate. Oh,
Nate, what are you doing?
Did you
Stop
lose
playing
that match? Hang on, I
Hearthstone.
have to ask him. Did you lose that match?
Disco just throws his phone.
Don't tell me you
as
lost
we're
Disco.
recording.
Did you
I
lose
am
it?
just gonna uninstall Hearthstone.
He lost it.
He lost it. I apologize.
Yes.
Man, that was stupid. He came back from that? Oh, that's rough.
Well, no one needs to ask Disco what he's been playing this week.
Game.
He's
All right.
done with Hearthstone apparently.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm
rough.
so tired of this game.
Patrick has been playing the Final Fantasy 15 demo.
Yes, fuck yes, high five.
Hardcore.
Yes.
Hardcore. I've also been playing Fallout 4. Go figure.
You're playing it today.
And last week I played one of my favorite games ever. I call it the Vertical Smile.
Oh God. Oh God.
I'm saying it's partially. I was really busy playing, so I
get it. It's a sex joke.
Cool.
Okay.
It also has a sequel. It's called Ham Wallet.
I like how it took Worth and Josh like a whole 45 minutes to get that joke.
I was just like, this game.
Worth
had to do it. I'm sorry.
I was like, this game sounds exciting.
Josh didn't know either.
Worth had to point it out just so everybody would understand.
He's like, is that like No Man's Sky or what is that?
You know what? I have more sex frequently than any person at this table, so all of you can just fuck right off.
I don't know about that.
Are we having a contest now? Or
no,
we
are. I can do that. But I will say,
wait till you have a child or get married.
Speaking from experience.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Fallout. No, I've been playing. I know we talked about it a little bit, but being on the guy who's actually been playing it hardcore, Automatron DLC is freaking awesome.
Automatron,
yes. The DLC story-wise could be a little longer in my opinion, but the customization they put in it and everything is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
all the way through. The next DLC, I don't know. It's more of like more shelter-based stuff, so I'm probably not going to buy that one because I really don't give a crap about like building my settlements most of the time.
See, Logan was really big into building settlements.
We both made good settlements.
I built a hotel.
My main settlement is I'm working on that hardcore, but I mean when it comes to being like, oh, you got to go take care of the other settlements.
I built a giant wall around my main settlement, had turrets fucking everywhere. Every other settlement can just fuck off.
Like I said in a podcast a long time ago.
I think the best part about the settlement building was that you could build structures that fundamentally made no sense.
Yeah.
You could just have a hallway that went on for like 100 feet, floating.
Yeah.
Floating?
As long as it was attached to a building.
Yep, you're good.
As long as the hallway was attached to a building at some point. And it's
make zigzag stairs, like
so. Like this is like the Fallout equivalent of like Roller Coaster Tycoon, or something.
Kind of, yeah. The only thing that I was most proud of is on my settlement. I have kind of like yours, not as in depth going through hallways, but I have a big like guard post at the bridge. But then I have in giant fucking red letters sitting generators on the light stand. It just says "Bring it," with an explanation. Just like, go ahead, Raiders, fucking come on, I'm ready for you the entire time. But no, Automatron is pretty fun so far. They get a good amount of customization when it comes to building the robots and everything. I didn't even realize it. Spoiler alert, by the way.
Thanks a lot.
3, 2, 1. So they could pause or skip ahead. Anyway.
You've been warned.
So you know in the beginning of the game you meet Codsworth? Like your little like butler robot. For a long time I'm sitting there going like, oh, I can like adjust all these like, robots and make whatever I want and everything. And then for shits and giggles I actually clicked the wrong button and I made Codsworth like dog meat, went back to his house and I had Codsworth as my buddy. And then all of a sudden he started talking. He goes, "Oh, I see you have the robot thing over there. Would you like to customize me?" I'm like, "Holy shit, we can customize Codsworth!" Oh, and I did. I gave him all this crazy.
Pretty legit, actually. I didn't know that.
Like, I didn't know you could do that. Like, I figured since he was already in the settlement that you would be able to like maybe customize him. But when the list comes up, you can't do anything. But you actually have to talk to him and add him to your team. And then he's like, "Oh, by the way, I saw you have that. Let's go." And so now Codsworth, instead of being a butler robot, now has a mini nuke launcher and like laser rifle, and
nice.
He's ready for battle.
He's like the Rambo equivalent of Alfred or somebody.
Yeah, he's pretty hardcore right now. But anyway, I mean, when it comes to, like I said, the story, I wish it would have maybe been a little bit longer. But there's a couple new areas, just like points that you can find around the map that you can go to.
So, with that being said about the story, have you finished the entire game? Like
I'm not even close. I
was gonna say
43, and I barely touched the main story.
I'm probably farther in the story than you are.
I still have to go to the glowing sea. If anybody knows what I'm talking about on the podcast.
Yep.
Maybe
I have not played Fallout 4.
I'm not super far. I'm far-ish, but I get distracted by shiny things and buildings over in the distance, and I tend to walk over there and see what's inside.
Lore nerd. Yeah.
Always.
Anyway,
so yeah, that's what I've been playing.
What have you been playing, Josh?
Well, The Division, and...
Have you tried The Division?
Starts with a D.
Have you heard of The Division?
Yeah.
Have you heard of our Lord and Savior, the Division?
Have you found Division, sir?
But anyway,
He has.
so yes, I have found the Division.
Division be praised, he's found Division!
Yeah, it's great. Woolworth said. That's great.
Yes.
What else? I've completely and utterly forgotten about Mass Effect 2.
No, okay,
go back. Wait,
that is the one
back.
exception.
You've forgotten about Mass Effect 2?
Yeah.
Okay, that's wrong.
That is wrong.
When you said you had forgotten about Mass Effect, I thought you had already beaten 2 and moved on to 3.
No.
In which case, okay.
No.
But
You're wrong
You know
as well,
what?
Disco.
You guys,
2 is amazing.
You guys sit here and cut. You're just like, oh, you used to get an Xbox. You used to get a new Xbox. And then I get a new Xbox, and you guys be like, oh, you play Mass
It
Effect.
doesn't mean you can't be sad you're not playing Mass Effect.
That's
Okay, well,
Mass
that's
Effect
fine.
is
You're
Goddamn.
delaying. You're delaying the podcast of the Mass Effect podcast.
Yeah,
can't hold it in
but
too
I'm
much
not the
longer.
only one.
I know,
Disco
I
is
know.
2. Disco
Yeah.
hasn't finished 3.
We can blame
Disco
Disco
has
as
lost
well.
the ability to care. He doesn't. He's not even trying anymore.
Well,
Disco doesn't care about anything.
I just didn't particularly... I played a little bit of 3. I mean, I gave it a shot. I just got bored quick.
It's worth finishing for the overall story from 1 to 3.
Yet you
It's
spent
worth
like $200 on multiplayer gear.
Yeah, I know. I
I
spent twice the amount of the game on multiplayer content.
Oh my god.
God, that's
To be fair,
All
that is,
optional too. You fucking
To be
not
fair,
DLC,
that is-
you just threw
all-
money.
That is
all-
like
all
the
of the-
only time in my life that I have ever paid that much for a
all
game.
of
because
the,
you lost control of your life.
all of the DLC,
Rock
the multiplayer DLC for Mass Effect 3 was free, mind you. But he spent all that on like equipment packs. So, like, you're pushing $150 just buying gear for your character, most of which was probably all duplicates of shit you already had. But still, to be fair, Mass Effect 3's multiplayer is probably my favorite multiplayer game of all time.
I found,
Play the game.
but anyway, besides Mass Effect, which I've already forgotten about, I've hit level 30 in the Division, so
about time.
that's awesome. Who at this table is not level 30 besides Pat, who doesn't have the Division?
Drew, put your
Drew-
hand down. You don't
Drew-
play
Drew-
Division.
Drew doesn't
Drew
have
doesn't have it either.
All of us are 30.
Every single person that sits at this table and plays the Division,
And I'm
including
slowly
Sean.
catching up to Sean and Disco in terms of gear score. I'm catching up.
Even
slowly.
Sean is level 30 now. So what is
Just reminding everyone, if you played Mass Effect 2, there's one thing you always remember from that game. Don't fuck with Arya. That's it. That's
That was a good scene. That was a really good
That is
scene.
a
No, I'm just saying.
That was one of the
Did
cooler.
you know? Wait, you know who plays her, right? I forgot her name. The actress's name.
That's
but she-
super informative. Thank you.
No.
You know the guy from
Sorry.
that thing?
Yeah,
No,
that one
I forgot-
character in the show with the actress.
the chick in the Matrix.
Lindsay Sterling.
The main chick in the Matrix. I forgot.
Trinity?
Trinity. Yes.
Carrie Fisher?
Yep. She plays Arya's love.
Wow,
I didn't know that.
interesting.
That's
Yeah, her name's Carrie Fisher.
Hey,
But anyway,
There you go.
But anyway,
Dodge
so
this.
I've been playing the Division and Rocket League. Real video games, obviously.
not that Telltale bullshit.
Yeah, not that Telltale.
Those are
Sorry,
games.
don't
Those
start
are
it,
games.
Don't start it.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Wasn't even here last week, and I already
You guys,
know
you
all
guys,
reference-
shut the fuck up. Those little Toyotas are not trucks.
Oh my god.
Reference reference our Facebook page. Just
You
watch
notice
that.
how I
Yeah.
said Toyota trucks aren't trucks?
too soon.
Exactly.
Good job.
I enjoy
in
the
opinion.
Telltale games. I enjoy
I
As
do
them.
do
too.
I.
I like
As
it.
do I.
I started the Game of Thrones one. I played some of the Walking Dead one, and
Wolves
there's
Among Us.
no others that I care about.
Walking Dead sucks dick, so
You
I'm
played
sure
Wolves
that
Among
game
Us,
does too.
didn't you?
Whoa.
The show
Whoa.
sucks
If
dick.
you're talking about the show, we wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, I am
If
talking
you're talking about
the
the
show.
Okay,
comic,
good.
I will stab your throat.
I'm talking about the show, obviously.
Good.
No, the show's horrible.
I don't have an opinion.
No, depending on how mad you get, maybe the comic too.
I will stab your throat.
Waiting for it.
Can break this.
He's just trying to get
We have
Wait.
glass here that we can use.
He's just trying to get a rise out of you. Ignore him.
I can't ignore
He's
that.
doing it for
statement.
attention.
Is that all you've been playing?
Halo Reach is the best game ever.
You're dead to me. Worth what have you been playing?
I played some Rocket League. I got back into it this week. I completely lost what little touch I had for the game, so I had to fucking get it back.
Stay in ball mode.
I
God damn
can't
it.
stay in ball mode 24/7.
I can't either, dude. I can't either.
I have
That's
to
why you're both
Absolutely
terrible.
cannot.
if I'm playing goalie.
I'm fucking awesome. Fuck you.
If I'm playing goalie, I will stay in ball mode for sure. But like if I'm playing offense or defense, I will stick in just the regular camera mode. But
Me personally,
I don't know
I'm
how
with
you guys don't
Drew
do
and
both.
Logan on this. I'm even more so than Drew and Logan. I never leave ball mode.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say.
I never do either. Honestly, I don't go out of ball mode.
I put it on ball mode, and
2% of the time.
I don't even
Maybe.
not even 2% of the time. For zero reason do I ever leave ball mode.
Logan, I have seen you miss the ball just over at least on 5 occasions today where you were going for the ball in ball mode, and instead of hitting the ball, you flew right past
There's two
it.
things about that though. Sometimes I'm trying to anticipate a block. I'll go in front of it to try to like do a dodge to anticipate someone hitting it. Also, we were playing split screen. At the beginning, it was throwing me off. Yeah. Sometimes I will go right in front of it to try to block where I think it's going to go.
I regularly...
You still blew right past it.
I regularly, as defense...
Pros play ball mode.
You let the ball go fly
Like
towards
the crazy
you.
guys do
Fly past
mode.
you towards the other goal for
There is a strategy.
strategic
Shit
reason.
happens occasionally, but a lot of times I will go in front of it to try to block. I will specifically go around the ball.
As a
to get an
strategy,
advantage.
I will actually drive at the ball, and then at the last second drive past it, and it a lot of times throws off the other team. Because they expect me to hit it, and so they're playing for the hit, and then I just drive past it and let one of my teammates come from behind and hit it, and it throws off their defense, and we get a shot off of it. Sometimes it doesn't work, but
Come from behind and hit it. Wow.
who doesn't want
So
to come from
amazing.
behind and
That's
hit
how it works.
I'm saying, watch.
Worth, why do you got to ruin everything? But
I have a dirty mind. I'm sorry.
I can
can't
back
help
Logan on that. That's a strategy I use a lot.
Thank you. It's not always about hitting the ball every time you get the chance.
That's the thing. That's the thing that makes bad
Don't
Rocket
hate the
League.
game. I'm just kidding. Don't hate the
I was
player.
like, I gotta hit the ball.
That
all
is
the fucking
actually
time.
the thing that makes a lot of bad Rocket League players is I have to hit the ball.
Yeah,
all
tunnel
times.
vision. You just have to go for the ball all the time.
Yeah. I got that habit really bad. I will admit that.
I spend.
Yeah, you do.
I spend
I do. Really
That's
bad.
how you played the division too. You're just like, oh, enemies, let's just jump right in.
Hey man,
There's only 12 of them here.
I'm an
let's
aggressive-
just get it going.
I'm an aggressive player. What can I say?
Yeah.
I spend 90% of my time playing Rocket League at midcourt.
Pat, what were you gonna say? You were starting to talk about something earlier.
Well, I was just saying, I've seen a bunch of pro guys even. They use ball mode.
Yeah.
I
alternate
alternate
not
back and
pro
forth.
guys. You see,
It's all-
those
it's
are
all
the guys
about
that
your-
have flying down like.
It's
without
all
even
about-
trying.
I made a flying goal today and yesterday. I just want to throw out.
I mean, it's all about your play
Go
style.
up. Did you go up?
Did you record it?
Did you go from
Pixar
6 to
didn't
12? I
happen.
think I recorded at least one.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
Pixar didn't happen.
But
I have
it's your play style though. I mean, whatever works for you. I mean, doesn't mean.
That's what it
it's-
always
I alternate between
When I play
both.
Street Fighter, I'm a very
Yeah.
aggressive guy.
I
It doesn't
I'm
work
giving
out
him
most of the
shit
time.
'cause-
But
I'm giving him worse shit because I think if he did the training and stuck in ball mode,
I do need to do this training.
you would get.
I do need to do
better
the
at
training.
it. is
Yeah,
the
I
thing.
do. I haven't once touched the training in Rocket League. I probably should.
You were god awful at Rocket League.
It's worth.
I'm not.
it's worth
I'm not.
checking out.
I'm not
You were
saying it's
terrible.
I'm not saying it's a game I'm good at. I just like playing it, but it doesn't mean that I'm good at it. But yeah, cheers
it's
to
like
that.
well, it's like me and Street Fighter.
Yeah,
I think
let's-
I know how to play Street Fighter.
Let's cheers to that.
I'm
yeah.
not that good at Street Fighter, but I like playing Street
Rocket
Fighter.
League is what I've been playing, and then obviously been playing the Division a lot,
Nice.
a lot.
Yes.
Um,
Of course you have.
and yeah, level 30 Dark Zone is not fun, especially when you have shitty gear. But I mean, I'm hoping I'm more optimistic for like once we start to get better gear, it's gonna be a lot more fun. Just to like hunt down those dumb rogue squads that like just go in and kill everybody.
Those fuckers.
Yeah, like it wasn't last night, but it was like 2 nights ago we were
Tuesday,
playing.
I think.
Yeah, we were just oh god, those guys were terrible.
Well,
and they were acting all friendly with us. Remember?
At the beginning, yeah, we
because
found
they were
some loot together.
like we went to go this area. There was some loot and stuff. We went to go collect some loot, and they were like doing emotes and like doing hand gestures and saluting us and stuff. And then we start to walk out of the building, and they start fucking shooting us and chasing us down the street. I'm like, you guys are dicks. What the fuck?
I just wish that the Dark Zone would scale more towards level, and it wasn't just a massive free fall.
I feel like what they're doing. I know Sean kind of talked about this last week with like the tier level, and like once you hit level 30, like your gear is gonna be tiered and quests are gonna be tiered and stuff like that. I feel like that's kind of like supposed to be equivalent to the light level in Destiny. Like they're kind of something they're going for. Disco shaking his head. What you got?
You're kind of wording that wrong.
Okay, well what do you got?
Tiered gear is something completely different than what
Okay.
you're saying.
Okay.
Tiered gear means that it is a group of gear that you use all at the same time to get a bonus effect.
Okay, I got you.
What you're talking about is gear level or
Okay.
item level for WoW and Final Fantasy 14 players.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
like tiered gear.
Tiered,
And
but what I was
That's
saying
not
is
what he's explaining.
he's explaining
Oh.
gear level, and which is what Logan wants out of the Dark Zone. He wants gear level to be included in the Dark Zone, and I agree with him. Actually, I don't think that the way they have it now, where you can be level 30 and this other person can be level 30, but they have the best gear in the game, and you have the beginning of level 30 gear, and you fight each other, yeah, you're going to lose every single time, no matter what abilities you use or anything, because his weapons do 3 times as much DPS, and he has 4 times as much health. You don't have a chance.
Right.
But if it was based on gear level, when you went into the Dark Zone, you would actually stand a chance because you would have similar gear levels, and then it would be based off of how you play the game, and not just I have 10 times the gear you have.
I know some of these words.
But tiered gear is something
MMO, right?
Tiered gear is something 100% different than what you're saying. Tiered gear is a group of gear that they release in some kind of expansion or something like that, where it all relates to other pieces of gear from the same tier set.
Yeah. Okay. That was. I guess I misinterpreted what everything was, but
just a side piece. I understand completely what you're saying. Being the big WoW veteran, the hardest part though about MMOs in general, and again, you playing WoW, a bunch of us playing WoW, you know, how many times we've been being level 20, and you motherfuckers maybe do horde on a PvP server, and I'm running. And I'm questing, and then like, oh look, I'm level 29.
Ganked.
Oh look, there's a fucking level 85 guy, 1-hit kill. Like,
and ganked.
That's how it is in the Dark Zone.
Unfortunately, well, I understand that, and that's what I'm saying. That's the hardest part about MMOs in general. And I'm not saying they need to make different servers the way that they do in WoW and everything like that. I'm just saying that I understand when it comes to MMOs, that is a big frustration.
The only difference between WoW and the Division in that sense is that with WoW, if you're on a PvP server, you are always
in PvP
able to be attacked.
So I play on an RP server.
Whereas
they can't see me thumbsing up, but I'm thumbsing up right now.
Whereas the Division, you have to go into a specific area to do it.
Oh, really?
Gotcha.
So it's not like you just run around in the map and wherever you are, someone can attack you. It's when you enter the Dark Zone, you are entering an area where you're
vulnerable.
Well, that's what I mean. Everything. But in WoW, it's the same thing. It's like if you're in a full Lion Zone, obviously you're not getting attacked all the time.
It's not like that in all of the Division.
You can be.
I could be, yes.
The Horde could come into an all-alliance zone and attack.
And they do that all the time.
They perform raids on home bases and all that stuff.
For the Horde?
But the Division, that is not.
Horde.
It's different. The Division is you have to knowingly enter the PvP area. That's why we think that it needs to be based on gear level.
Oh, okay.
Because you're entering the area specifically to do PvP.
Well, I did that in WoW.
But if you enter there and you don't have the right gear...
You go in a contested area, it's like, oh, Ashenvale. It's like, well, there's Horde.
There's going to be Horde people questing. Yeah, it's a little different.
It's a total free-for-all in the Dark Zone. There's no factions. It's just you and your friends against whoever the fuck walks up to you.
And it makes for some very tense situations.
Yeah, that's a little
I get what you're saying. It's similar in a sense. Like, yeah, when you're playing the game, if you go into a contested area, anyone who is not Horde can attack you.
Yeah.
But it's similar, but the main difference is you're going into that area knowing that you are going to get attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not you might get attacked while you're questing. You're going in there and people are going to attack you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a little different. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it pisses you off when you go into that area. Like if you're going into a contested area and
just want to kill 12 goats, man.
Yeah.
Why, you're level 85. Look, I can't attack you. I just want to kill.
I just want to kill my goats and go
I have
home.
10 goats. I need 2 more. You kill me, and I gotta run back to my body. I do that.
A lot of times I'd log into WoW towards the end of my WoW playing days. It was my friends messaging me, "Hey, there's this guy that's picking on me. Can you come kill him?"
I guess.
Let me get on my 90 mage. I'll be there in a minute.
I think you helped me with that a few times for the brief amount of time I played WoW.
I played WoW for like a month, and I was like, "This is too much. I can't do this." Like,
WoW is an investment. It's for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, well, great battle points. What else have you been playing this week?
Division tangents.
No, Happy Wheels.
You played Happy Wheels?
I played Happy Wheels for a while.
I don't know what that is.
You never played Happy Wheels?
Have not.
Markiplier has videos of it all the time.
It's like a game. It's like a game of a collection of mini games that are all excessively bloody.
It's
and
not.
pointless.
It's not even really mini games.
All right, that's great.
It's basically like picture like a Minecraft platformer, like people can edit their own maps.
It's
and
like Little Big Planet, but bloodier and more pointless.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
Like
bloodier and more pointless.
Like you can like one of the
awesome.
characters is a guy that rides on a Segway and he wears a helmet, and like you can make him like travel down this spike fall like pit thing, and like
You have to hit the bottom perfectly.
the walls are like in a V shape, and like they have spikes on them, and the walls get smaller and smaller, and the spikes get closer and closer to you as you get further down to the goal. Like this is just an example. Like there's like you can make a lot of.
There's one where
shit.
you're just like, I saw one where you were just a square and you just roll over and crush.
and just kill people and stuff, and like
It's like Beautiful Katamari meets like Super Meat Boy or something.
but
Yeah.
if you happen to like catch the spike on your way down, like your body will like rip in half, and your fucking like intestines will be dangling all over the place, and like you're losing limbs and shit.
Well,
So I mean, it's literally Little Big Planet, but pointless and
it's pointless. It's funny. Like it's pointlessly gory, but it's still really fun to play.
I didn't say it wasn't fun. I'm just saying that's how I would describe it.
Yeah.
Is Little Big Planet, but excessively bloody and pointless.
I want to play this game so bad.
It is so fun. I mean, I know we're like a couple years late to the game on that, but because it's been out for a while. But I mean, I showed some videos to you guys of it like last week, and you're like, "Wow, this looks really funny."
How long did Mass Effect come out? How long has that been?
over 4 years.
2008 is when Mass Effect 1 came out.
3 came out in 12.
Yeah, 2008 was when Mass Effect 1 came out.
Yeah, so like I'm like almost like
You're
10 years
at,
too late.
You're at the beginning of the Obama administration.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Josh hasn't played the
Seriously, like that's like 8 years.
Who's done? Are you done?
I'm done. Yeah, that's all
Drew,
I'm
what are you
playing.
playing?
Yeah.
Thank God.
I've been playing Rocket League, like more Rocket League.
And TVZ.
I should have. And I also play this one game that nobody plays.
Shut up! I'm level 130. 130. I just bought the 200-star chest the same day you did.
And when's the last time you played?
Irrelevant. He's higher level than you.
No, he's not.
Is he not? Or
No, he's a higher
I don't
level
know.
than I am. He's like 210.
I guess
I'm like
PvZ 1, your
240.
level was unattainable for anybody else.
No,
Like,
yeah, none of you will ever reach my
that big,
PvZ
though.
1.
No, not even close.
You could play for the next 3 months, you still wouldn't make it.
I'm
But
313.
no, you're not.
Yeah.
But no,
So
yeah.
PvZ is what Drew's talking
PvZ
about.
2,
It's
I
PvZ 2.
switched over to the Division, and I will be going back to PvZ 2 if I ever get to play video
All
games.
y'all motherfuckers play PvZ.
Send me
But-
invites, man. I told
Yeah.
you. I played with you last week, not this week.
I was
No,
the
wait,
first
well,
one in
Logan-
this
Group. We need more than
I
2
know.
people
No,
playing
I know
at the
we
same
do.
time,
We
because that's
do.
when it's the best.
Yeah.
I was the first person in the group to reach on 100, Drew. So
Logan, you and I were actually on like what was it like a week ago or something, and when we saw Drew was on, and we didn't get an invite. We didn't get an invite.
You invite me to play
Yeah, what the
Plants.
fuck, man?
Yeah.
How come I gotta instigate everything?
Because you're the PvZ guy here. Isn't
Yeah, because you're the one whining about
You're
it.
the resident
We
guru.
gotta do the hard missions on Division, man. We gotta be pulled away from the
Yeah.
Division.
No,
No,
like
but
I feel like I'll message you and you're like, yeah, fuck that.
No,
I ain't going back to these peasant games.
I'm legitimately down to play. So I mean, I bought the game. I want to actually play it. So
I need people to play it with.
We'll pick a day. We'll pick a day
we
specifically.
should pick a day.
And
We
we'll
should
play
record it
PvZ,
too.
yes.
I don't have
That would
to
make
get
you
one
so
more.
happy,
Well,
Drew.
we'll buy it.
I'd be so happy.
Well,
You'd be
shut
so
up and buy it.
happy.
I have priorities
if
first.
everybody could play
before that.
PvZ, I'd be
Priorities.
so happy.
Oh, food. Oh, water.
Shelter.
Water. Gas. Rent.
Car payments.
You know,
Shit.
ர் payments.
Going to the bathroom,
electricity.
taking up all my time.
Can't be bothered with all these adult responsibilities.
I'm sorry that I can't live in my mom's basement and just be fed Hot Pockets all day. What the fuck?
I like Hot Pockets, thank you very much.
Hot pockets are fine. So
It's the South Park episode, in case
I
you guys...
know.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I know, but you know, but
Anything
they
else,
might not
Drew?
know.
Yeah, I've also been playing this really challenging game called Netflix.
And chill?
It's a rough life. No comment.
It's an inside joke between me and Drew the whole time.
No, Disco brought up a really good point. Why is it even called Netflix and chill? Why is it just called... Why don't we just call it sex? Because that's all it is.
It's a more covert way
Yeah.
of saying it.
It was until it blew up on the internet.
Yeah. Did
Now
you see,
everybody
Did you see that guy at Nebraska on last year that wore like a red Netflix t-shirt?
Yeah, and he
was
had a
carrying
bucket of ice.
He was carrying a bag of ice.
Yeah.
I
Netflix
think,
and
yeah.
chill,
Did you
yeah.
see?
Yeah.
I was like, That's awesome.
There are a couple of Netflix and chill guys
but
actually.
that is not cosplay though. That's,
Well, it's funny though. Come on.
it's funny.
It's
yeah,
an inside joke.
Yeah, but it's not cosplay.
It's not cosplay.
Okay, let me ask
Josh
you
has
this.
higher standards for
Hey,
cosplay.
I will be right now. Let me ask you this.
Not everybody can be Jessica Negri, Josh.
What would you rather have? Would you rather have 10 Netflix and chill cosplays, or would you rather have 10 male Misty cosplays?
Netflix and chill.
Oh, Netflix and chill. I'm
Male
sorry.
Missies need
Thank
to
you.
just get
Male Missies
executed.
need to
Thank
die.
you.
What about
They're
what about the
fucking
male? What about the bunch of male Sakuras we saw this last year?
Male.
Or
Oh, I thought you were talking about Sasuke for a second.
No, there
It's
was some male Sakuras.
Sakuras.
They can
Yeah.
also all die.
And now with the new con coming up, it's gonna be just everybody's gonna be
Be
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Everybody
It's
is going to be Deadpool.
Like everyone wasn't Deadpool already.
No, but there's gonna be more.
Imagine it,
Oh my
but worse.
God.
It's a drinking game.
Do you know how many fucking Deadpools I shot last year at NebraskaCon?
He means like with the camera, not like
Josh
not
is
with
just
a gun.
bringing a revolver to the cops and just take people out.
Goddamn
Deadpools!
Deadpools!
Hey,
He regenerates.
name me
It's okay.
one Deadpool comic. Boom.
Boom.
Okay, no.
Deadpool versus
Spider-Man.
Galactus.
Deadpool versus
Thanos.
Daredevil.
Thanos, yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
Deadpool versus
I was
Thanos.
reading about Galactus.
He was on the cover. He's like, I was kidding, Marvel. I really don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
fight him.
Didn't
Like,
Deadman versus Spider-Man just start up a run?
Deadman versus Spider-Man.
Deadpool versus Spider-Man.
Dead
Deadman versus Spider-Man.
Dead Man Wonderland.
That started a while back, but yeah, it's an ongoing.
That's what you
That
told me
long
about.
ago.
Yeah,
It was
Deadpool
like
versus
6
That
Thanos.
was like
Yeah.
2 months ago.
fucking Eins.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
It's been a little while.
Talking about video
It's
games,
literally been
talking
like
about
2
movies.
How many issues are out?
There's like 2 or 3.
This is an all-encompassing nerd
Oh, I
podcast.
love this. This is a good
There's not.
podcast.
I thought it's been going on because they talked about it forever ago. Maybe I read that they're going to.
I think it's
Isn't
like
it you that said? I saw the freaking front title and it's him on his knees going, "I was kidding, Marvel."
He's
I really
running
don't
away
wanna-"
from Thanos.
He's like,
He's
"I really
just
don't want to
behind
fight
him."
him." Like he's
That's
freaking
the
out.
best.
He's like, "I really don't want to fight him."
It's like, why are you doing this to me?
That's
Deadpool and Cable.
That's great.
Another one.
That's a great
really good
run.
series.
That's gonna be the sequel.
Can't believe we're
Deadpool 2 has officially been
Yeah,
confirmed.
Ryan Reynolds
Yeah, that's
signed
cool.
on and everything.
Yeah, of course you would sign on. What wouldn't
Stole
you?
the
This is
unicorn.
not a movie podcast. I'm sorry.
Well,
No, it's okay. We just
We're
commented
tying it into
about
video
that.
games.
It's not-
Right?
like-
Deadpool has
Me and Worth are on top of it.
Dude, it's
Doesn't
all-
even-
It's a video game.
It does,
It's all
right? Yeah,
it's
it
all
works.
encompassing. Come
It
on,
works.
like
It
it's
works.
it's not
Nerd hardcore.
Yeah,
Listen to Drew's movie podcast review.
yeah. This is a what's your other movie podcast called?
TJD movie.
TJD
reviews.
movie reviews.
Hey, you need to add the link in the description. About
We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll put a link down in the description for TJD movie reviews, so you guys can check that out too.
Patrick,
I'll start it off.
wait.
Wait, Logan and Nate haven't said what they've been playing yet.
Yeah, they did.
No. We
Oh.
started with that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
Oh, we
wasn't
did start
paying
with me.
attention.
Yes.
Never mind.
So hold that
Hold that
thought.
thought. Yes,
We're
we'll get back to you. I have been playing ESO every day. Fucking love the Thieves Guild. I
Sneaky
love
bastard.
the Thieves Guild. It's so
Yeah.
fun.
You
I love stealing.
sneaky
You get
bastard.
so much money for stealing. It's so good.
Yeah, it is.
Steal everything, kids. Just
Steal everything.
Fucking steal
Just steal everything, kids.
Be a klepto. It's
Everything
super
dies.
Fun. Yep. Everything.
Everything.
Logan Smith approves this message.
I do.
Yeah.
Thieves Guild is
We're,
legit.
we're the best role models these kids can
Exactly.
ever ask for.
It's the only ESO expansion I've really dived into, and as opposed to just the base game. It's a lot.
You say that, and then you're gonna play Dark Brotherhood, and you're gonna jizz your pants.
I would like to get into that. I
Yeah.
haven't looked
Oh.
at anything about that yet, so it's all Thieves Guild.
Dark Brotherhood's always the best. All the way
Oh, yeah.
through.
I loved it in Skyrim.
It sounds
Dark Brotherhood
morbid,
is
but
good.
it's fun playing an
It is
assassin.
super
In
fun.
a game,
Dark
it's
Brotherhood
really
is
fun
amazing.
playing an assassin in a
Assassin.
video game.
Perfect.
Dark Brotherhood is amazing. Yes, it
Every
is.
series has been amazing. Like Dark Brotherhood's always my favorite part.
So I also got to level 30 in Division. I believe from last time I played was on the podcast. So I'm getting my gear caught up to. I think Disco and Sean are the highest as our group now in terms of our gear score.
I think Sean's is probably a touch higher on a certain few things, but I think I have the more pieces of yellow gear. So
See, I don't have any yellow gear at all yet, but my firearm, right? Firearm and
it's
then
firearms,
Very subtle when you say
stamina,
that.
and electronics.
well, my DPS and my stamina are both about 50,000, and then my electronics is at 9,000 because I don't. give
Yeah,
a
so
fuck
you're
about that.
you're super focused on stamina because that's pretty high for stamina.
Yeah.
Your firearms is still low, but not terrible.
Yeah, I'm
and
slowly
your
building
electronics
it
is
up.
pretty bad.
I'm not doing anything electronics. I'm building basically a tank. And so after this podcast, I'm going to do my 2 hard missions on the Division. So
Good.
got to get those done. So that.
I was saying my favorite part in general is how calm Disco was and being like, Yeah, Sean's gear is slightly better than mine, even though on the inside he's probably going like, fuck you, Sean.
I think I have more yellow.
We all hate each other, and
blueprints,
people have known that. So
but Sean went with
all...
buying a yellow gun, which helped out his DPS, and I went with buying a yellow gun attachment. So
Right now, I have like 107 Phoenix credits. Should I buy something?
Well, you can save up and buy a weapon. The weapons cost around 180 Phoenix credits.
I should
Weapon
make that.
blueprints. I'm
Okay.
sorry. And then, so you could wait for that, or you could buy some gear blueprints.
Okay, I'll look into it now.
Make some gear because those are about 80.
Okay, because I'm well into that. Then I can do that. So.
And then I think around 110 Phoenix credits is like maybe backpacks or something. Or there's something that's right around 110.
Okay, because I'm right around 110. Right around.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
It's up to you. Like I have yellow blueprint for the pistol, which comes from beating the last mission.
I could totally use that because I'm using the shield ability, which makes
that comes
you
from
use
beating
your pistol.
the last mission on hard.
Was
I haven't
that
done that
the one
yet.
you did
I
with
need
us
to
the
do
other
that.
night, me and Josh?
I did that mission with you, but no, we did it on hard mode. So
Yeah,
you
we
guys
did do
should
it on
have
hard mode. Yeah, so that was because I remember I got a shit ton of loot from that mission. I got like 4 guns.
I need
But,
to
Dude,
do that
we
mission.
fucking
I haven't done that yet.
cleaned house on that mission.
Yeah,
that
like,
was insane.
You're
Disco's-
welcome for setting up all the turrets.
Disco was talking about like, oh god, this mission's so hard. Then we're just like, dude, we're rolling through all
I
these
did
guys.
I went. You guys just sat in the back, and I set up
Fuck
all
no!
the turrets.
Fuck
Fuck
no, we
you,
didn't.
man.
How many turrets you set up?
I set up a lot.
I don't have turrets.
I have turrets.
I'm a
I-
fucking
I-
medic.
No.
Yeah.
You no.
Yeah,
You
no.
may have a turret ability. How many of the computers on the map did you go and change?
Oh,
so that
okay.
the turrets would be set up
You
to
specific-
do the damage to the helicopter that you have to do to complete
You
the mission.
specifically said, I got this. Let me do this myself.
Where's
And
like,
so-
so I'm gonna kick back. Get
Guess
a lawn
what I
chair,
did by
fucking-
myself? I set up all the turrets.
but we fucking handled this shit for you. Like,
handled what shit?
handled like the chopper and
Kept
everything.
kept the chopper from shooting me?
Yes.
Congratulations.
We did.
I did
You're
that mission
fucking
on hard.
welcome.
I did that mission on hard while the helicopter was shooting at me and set up all the turrets anyways. So
Okay,
I didn't
fine.
even need you. I was carrying you.
Oh god damn
I'm
it.
gonna need you guys
You
to help me. I
fucking
haven't done
were
that mission
not.
yet. I've done everything
Piece
else
of
but that
shit.
mission.
Nice.
I need to do that.
I have
Don't
30,000
worry, I
bottle
can carry
caps.
you through it
Well,
too.
thank you. I'll let you, like you did Halo Wars for me.
Oh my god.
Well, Pat,
I said I have 30,000 bottle caps in Fallout now.
we're not talking about Fallout.
Oh, okay, I just wanted to say
That's a
something
lot of
like
bottle
that,
caps,
but
though. I have like
it's a good amount.
Like,
'Cause I don't spend money on shit.
Get
Then.
get an Xbox in the Division like everyone else and be pro
Right.
like me.
I will say a cool thing about
But-
the Division is like when I bought the yellow blueprint for the heavy, or it's an extended magazine clip. You're like, oh, it's just a weapon attachment. What's buying a yellow weapon attachment blueprint going to do for me? Or high end for the people who don't know what yellow means.
It's the rarest.
It's not
yellow
the color;
legendary in
it's
the
the
game?
highest level. So yellow is
Is it
high
legendary?
end. Yeah, basically.
It's instead of orange,
It's called
they did
high end.
yellow.
But
Innovative.
so I bought it. and
Slightly lighter shade of orange.
I bought it and I thought to myself, it's not going to be
They
that
should
big a
just
deal.
call it gold. Why would they not call it gold? Like,
It's called high end.
Yeah,
It's
like
not
I
even
get you.
called-
I'm just.
I
saying,
call it
but
yellow
I'm
because
just saying,
it is
there's
I
yellow.
saw
like-
yellow. I'm like, why not call it like
there's what's the
orange
blue?
and WoW? You're
It's
just like
really
freak your
gold.
shit out.
It's
and
not
then you're
really
like, wow,
yellow.
not
But
gold.
it is more yellow than
The green, because the green ones are standard. The blue ones, what's the blue one? It's like
uncommon.
What's your
Uncommon.
uncommon.
Purple
Purple
is
is
epic.
superior,
So, okay.
and then
Which is like your rare gear.
yeah, and then gold is I don't know. Yeah, high.
Like your legendary
You're
gear.
talking
like
to
your
a guy who's
exotic
been playing
gear.
WoW.
I know.
Although if you're
I know
going
what
to
explain to you.
compare it to WoW, yellow is not like legendary gear because in WoW, legendary gear is not as easy as buying a blueprint to make it.
No.
Yeah.
It's
You spend
very-
hours and hours and hours.
And to be-
I mean, hours upon hours upon hours upon hours.
And you
Days.
maybe get it. And
To
you
do a
maybe
quest
get it.
line
Yeah.
that takes forever to get, and
And to-
not only is
and
it a
also-
long quest line, but you also have to do PvP stuff in it.
And also some of the blueprints that I've found recently, like, really haven't been all that good, especially for the high end.
Were they yellow?
It's called MMO.
I know.
Welcome to the party, dude.
I know.
Welcome
but-
to picking up constant shit all the time.
No. Well, you have to find the blueprints, and then you have to actually go take that back to your base of operations and craft it. But you have to have the right materials to make that item. And
2007.
I know.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I know.
being a dick,
I
I
don't.
just
I know.
swear.
I'm over explaining it, but I'm just saying. Like I've had better luck with better gear, like actually buying it from the vendors as opposed to crafting it at the crafting table.
I do like in the division how the shops you can buy a lot of good stuff. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to fight it. You don't have
It's
to
always
make
been
it.
that
Sometimes
way.
you can buy good things.
Yeah, I've had a few gems with the crafting station. Like, I missed that lightweight M4 that I used to use, but
In WoW, you can gain. You do raids. You do tier shit like that. You earn little tokens based off hardcore dungeons and hard mode and shit that you do, and then you trade it in for good gear.
yeah,
There's also crafting abilities where, like you get really good gear, but it takes a fuck ton amount longer because you're worried about like collecting all this shit the entire time.
right.
It's time consuming and everything, as an MMO will always be.
I've also been playing Rainbow Six.
Oh
and
yeah, I
Rocket
forgot
League,
you.
so
Of
yeah.
course, yeah.
Gotta get in my Rainbow Six.
You know, every week.
So
Has it ever been? Well, I guess we started this podcast before Rainbow Six came out. Technically, I was gonna say, like, has there ever been a week since we started doing this?
No.
That you have not played
I
Rainbow
played
Six
every week,
Siege?
I think, since.
Like,
I can vouch for that.
I think I just got to level 54,
good God.
which actually I was getting some good levels like every week, and I really slowed off. Like it gets a little bit harder to gain levels.
Glass and Capcan. That's all you use.
Yeah, and what's the Bandit? I like Bandit a lot too.
You were doing sniper in that airplane level the other day
Yeah,
when I was
dude.
watching you. That was legit.
Yeah,
you were
if you
killing it
snipe
that
through
round.
the windows,
No,
they
that was
can't
super
shoot
good.
out, but you can shoot through.
Yeah,
They got to be careful.
It was a good round.
It's
I
a
was
good
watching that
strategy,
one.
so. But Disco, we're down to you. What have you been playing?
He explained everything in the past like 10 minutes that he talked.
Yeah.
I played
Also,
The
One Piece
Division
Treasure Cruise.
Cool.
for the amount of time that I could play video games. I played The Division.
Hearthstone.
Played a little bit of Rocket League the other night. Played a few games with Sean. We played some doubles and did some work.
Yeah.
Cool.
With capital W or lowercase double U?
Work.
We got ranked. So
Yeah.
I wasn't ranked, and then we got 2 ranked. I barely played Treasure Cruise this week.
Oh my God, it's a miracle.
They just didn't really release anything new.
You said
Jonesing.
barely. You
He's
still
jonesing.
played
He's
it.
jonesing.
I mean,
Still played
I
it.
log on regularly. It's one of those games that rewards you for logging on every day.
That's why
so.
I do DBZ Dokkan Battle all the time.
Oh my God.
I played Hearthstone,
These
and
fucking app games, I swear to God.
Oh, so
I've
fun.
become so frustrated with Hearthstone that I'm contemplating uninstalling it.
Don't do that.
Actually, you said
Fine.
that you were uninstalling
You
it.
absolutely
At the
Yeah.
beginning of the
Fine.
podcast,
Fine.
you were just like, let me recreate what
You
Disco
whooped
did.
my ass 3 times in a row last week.
Hold on. Let me recreate
All
this.
I know is, for some reason, I can't beat anybody online right now. I got down to level 16, which is, I mean, it's not amazing, but it's decent. You had to win like a crap load of games to get to 16,
Yeah.
and then I lost like 100 consecutive matches to go down to the lowest rank you can get to when you're ranked. And I can't stand it. I can't stand
2 words.
I built like
2 words.
I built like 6 decks this week, all from top tier deck builds.
Yep.
And I lost with all of them like 10 times each.
2 words.
I'm just
Icy
so
veins.
tired of it. I used Icy Veins.
I know. I'm just saying
for all of
everybody
them.
and their mom is using Icy Veins, so you're taking on the
Icy
same deck.
veins.
I even went to the other website that has
RNG.
No, it's what is it called?
Every
Drew?
card game's
Tempo
like
Storm?
Tempo Storm. I went to that website and built some decks off that. Garbage. Couldn't win. I played a Face Hunter. I couldn't even win with Face Hunter this week. What is happening?
Right? That's bullshit.
It's called a card game. It's luck based.
I know, right?
You gotta
Obviously,
pull
Josh,
certain
let's
cards.
Obviously,
I know-
fucking Face Hunter.
I know Drew already said this
I
earlier,
played
but
a
I know something
mana-
worse.
Drew knows what we're talking about.
I played a mana ramp druid deck and I got beat by a fucking card draw rogue. How does
Yeah.
that even happen? I just don't understand what is going on with
have-
Hearthstone.
Do I need to tell you what a vagina looks like?
Have Marshall spectate your play. Have him
that.
spectate your play, and he'll analyze your plays. And I
He's-
guarantee you, he'll find fault with something that you do.
Yeah.
I understand
You're-
that, and I've played against Marshall, and
He gives you shit constantly.
yeah,
he
well,
does to
gives
me
me
too,
tips
and I
and
love
stuff.
it. That's
but
what I
it's
do,
just
yeah.
like whatever.
It'll make you a better
The
player.
thing that I hate about Hearthstone is it focuses far too much on RNG. Card games should not focus as much as Hearthstone does on random number generation.
Poker.
For those of you that don't,
That's all
don't
RNG.
know, RNG is RNGesus.
Which you didn't know until
I
last
didn't know
week.
until last week.
So considering I just said random number generator,
Yeah.
I think they all know what RNG stands for. But
RNGesus.
I just don't know. I'm starting to lose my interest in Hearthstone. Almost 100% because of the card Reno Jackson.
I don't blame you because of Reno.
Oh man,
That's the dumbest thing
I'm
ever.
done.
They never
Every
should
time
have
they play,
added
I'm
it to
like,
the
nope,
game.
never mind.
I could go into an hour-long discussion on why I hate that card.
That card needs the ban hammer.
It needs. It does, not only does it need the ban hammer, they should just delete it from the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That is the ban hammer. What is it
Well,
not?
the ban hammer is you. Well, I guess I was thinking of the nerf hammer, but whatever.
Well, if you
Give me an
ban
idea.
something
They
from like a
could- okay,
tournament play,
maybe
it's
not.
fine, but you can still use it in like
Yeah,
player.
I'm saying
player
they should
player.
just delete the card.
Maybe
so
not
it
like-
doesn't exist.
There you
Yes.
Maybe not like delete it completely, but just make
No,
it.
no,
delete it.
Delete it entirely. Unplayable card. Make it so that it doesn't even show up in the game anymore. You can't even go back and look at it nostalgically. It's just gone.
Gone.
It should be
Database destroyed. Let's give me an idea. You're playing a game. I
Okay.
did this 2
You
nights
just
ago
sit
at the park.
there
No,
and
let's
you,
go. Hang
you
on, hang on.
throttle
No, let's-
somebody, and then the
Yep.
last
No,
turn
no,
before
you
you're
don't
about
throttle
to kill
somebody.
them.
No, not even throttle someone. It gets kind of close. You're like, oh look, I have 12 HP.
They have
It's
like
oh,
this
he's got
much
11
health left.
HP.
This.
You're like, oh look, next round kill. Like
Got
I'm ready to
lethal.
go. Ready to go. Reno Jackson's card says if you have one type, just one type of every card. Well, not when I say not every card.
You
but-
can put 2 copies of every card except legendaries in your deck.
correct.
Good.
But if
Fucking
you only have
God.
one
It
copy,
claims you can only have 1 copy remaining in your deck. If you play it, you gain full health.
you go back up to 30 health. So everything you've worked on.
Do you know how many
It's
times
that
I
much
have
been
had
destroyed.
somebody down to
You're
1 health left
That's
and they play
fucking
Reno
Reno
Jackson?
Jackson.
You're just like, I hate everything.
That is-
And I almost
Dumb.
throw my phone as far away as it can possibly
It's
go.
the worst, dude. People play Reno Jackson.
Dude,
like,
like-
oh my
Nate,
god.
we're gonna find Nate in just a pool of blood, and there's gonna be one word on a suicide note that says Reno.
It's like, no, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be Reno Jack, and then we'll be like, who's Reno Jack?
Written
We
in
can't
blood.
in blood. Yeah, it'll just be like, what do you mean, Reno Jack?
You explain the card. I want to make sure I understand it. Even if you have 1 copy of 1 card, you don't have to have 2
only have to have
cards and
one.
one's gone. If you literally have that 1 card in the entire deck and it's on the field and you play that card, you get full life.
Correct.
If you have 2, you
That is
can
Two copies. If
That
you
you
want
can
to.
have 2 copies of any other card in the deck, but you had to have played one of them, or it has to be in your hand when
Okay,
you play
that- yeah.
Reno.
That's what's
Otherwise,
stupid about
its
it.
effect doesn't
It's
work.
not just
Okay.
having
But
one
most-
of
Yeah.
every
Most
card.
Reno builds just run one of every.
That's what I was wondering. If you got a one
And-
one
and
copy
what-
of
I mean,
one
there's
card.
there's like hundreds of cards in the game, so it's not hard to do.
Oh, no,
That's
it
what
sounds like
makes
super
it
easy.
a broken card.
Yeah.
And yet, everybody who I've talked to,
You
even
have it in
Marshall,
your hand, you just save and save and
Even
save. and
Marshall
save. Like, oh, I'm
won't
about to
admit-
die. Reno
Yeah,
Jackson.
right.
Back.
even Marshall won't admit a person who regularly reaches Legend, who's been 300th in the world from what I've seen, won't admit that it's a broken card, and I don't understand why you can't just admit it's a broken card.
Because he just plays around it.
Yes, but
Yeah, I
playing,
can see
you shouldn't have to play around one card. You shouldn't go into the game knowing the entire time you're playing the game that if that card is played, I lose.
Just
That's
assume,
very
that
true.
everyone is going to play that card.
I do.
That's
I
stupid.
literally
Yeah,
play.
that's what I'm saying.
That's a
Assuming that
fucking-
8 out of 10
everybody is-
people, you're like, yeah, he's probably got Reno Jackson. So
I
gotta
see
be
somebody
ready for it.
boot play. I see Warlock. I'm like,
Alexstrasza, bang, and then that's the only counter-ish. to
I
it.
see
That's
somebody
the only.
start out the game as a Warlock, and I'm like, he's got fucking Reno in it. I know it.
No, it's true.
I know what happens.
I know he has Reno in there.
Zudek hardcore, and then he gets Reno. You're trying.
And
Well-
it's just the most infuriating thing ever. And even Marshall won't admit that it's a broken card, but it's like it makes the game less fun.
Marshall's a good.
Marshall's a very
Hearthstone
legit
player,
Hearthstone
so
player.
we,
Yes.
Yeah.
300th in the world last month.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That says anything. Well, is that all you've been playing this week?
good friend of ours.
yeah, Hearthstone Division,
All right.
Rocket
Well,
League.
We'll get into Pat's topic that he wanted to bring up earlier. Because I know you were going to start saying something.
Were you?
Was I?
I don't know.
You were raising your hand. You were pretty adamant.
I was
what you were
about to
gonna
say what I was going to play, and you had a topic.
Did I have a topic?
You did have a
Maybe.
topic.
You might have been talking about something Drew was talking about. I don't know. Well,
I've
way to
got
put
a
him on the
topic.
spot, Worth.
God, no.
What? Jesus
I probably
Christ.
should pay attention. I got distracted by because
No,
we were talking
it's-
about Hearthstone.
The Doom open multiplayer beta is coming out.
That's
Yes.
I think
Fuck
that's what I was
yes.
gonna
It is
say.
an
Yeah.
open
That's
beta
actually what I'm talking about.
available to
Yes.
anybody.
2 words: Super Shotgun. 3 letters: BFG. That's
I
what I'd
was
say.
I was very happy with that live
Yeah.
action trailer they released. Did you guys watch that at all?
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Dude,
Showbread song,
Showbread,
right?
Yes, I love that band. Showbread they put a Showbread song in it. I was so happy
Also,
about
it's
that.
nice to see that Bethesda is taking their time ish on this game.
Yeah, ish. What do you mean ish?
Well, not ish in a bad way. I'm just saying that they're actually paying attention and listening to the way the fans are talking about and everything like that.
Yeah.
Because I was an idiot last time, and I was like, 30 hours of gameplay, and you're like, 13, I'm pretty sure. And I'm like, no, 30.
Like 30.
And I'm like, no,
30
no.
hours.
And then I get on the article, and I'm like, no, it actually said 13.
Okay, yeah,
Sorry,
30
my
hours.
bad.
I was like a 30-hour shooter campaign.
But I will say right now,
that was me. That
I will say right now that 13 hours is way longer compared to most traditional first-person shooters nowadays.
Yeah, easily, dude. Like, what? You can finish a normal shooter campaign.
You do a Call of Duty campaign in like
4 hours?
3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, if
without
that.
even trying. And that's like if you're like me, where you get invested in the storyline, you're like,
that's
going,
like if you're fucking sprinting through a game, not trying to like think strategically. And people would say I beat in 3 hours. I'm like, you're an asshole too.
There's a lot of people that just are like, run and gun, 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 run and gun.
That's what I say to them.
It says follow the captain. I'm gonna follow the captain. I don't want to look at this cool.
Enjoy the game.
Go fuck yourself.
Don't be. Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
But so if it's 13 initially, to me, in my layman's terms, I'm like, all right, that kind of feels not 30, but 30-ish.
It's gonna feel like a longer experience.
I'm gonna look for more shit, check every corner, all the things.
Well, I mean, I feel like that'd be like if you were gonna play a shooter game, that would be one you would buy and like invest a lot of time.
That's what I'm excited for, is because it's been a while since I bought. I think the last first-person shooter. I mean, depending on your definition of first-person shooter, not counting Fallout, which technically
that
kind of
it might as well be.
Yeah, I mean it has.
I want to say the last one I did was Borderlands.
Yes. Great game, by the way.
Was first-person shooter that I bought personally, so I am very excited for Doom.
Fuck yes, Doom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doom, the multiplayer will also have essentially like a Forge mode in a way where you can build maps and stuff. And
what?
They're gonna have content.
Doom Atlas,
dude. We talked about that like 4 or 5 podcasts ago.
But they're also
Doom
gonna
Atlas
have
looks
different content updates throughout the year and adding stuff to it. So it's gonna be like supported for a while as well. It's not gonna be like here's what you get, have fun, and we're like, here's this and here's that. Oh, here's a little more. So they're gonna keep adding things to it.
Dozens of game styles.
Yeah, for free.
Yep. Dozens of game styles you can play.
And you can share these things as well with other people too.
It's going to be okay. So, not quoting the thing that we don't like that starts with an N. No, it sounds weird when I say it like that.
Whoa,
Nintendo.
Whoa, what are you talking about here?
Yeah, you should not have worded it that
way. I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's for the podcast. God damn it.
You mean nostalgia?
Yes, nostalgia. No, the
category is people that annoy you.
Naggers!
Oh my god!
Anyway,
what did you just say?
He said naggers.
Oh.
Naggers.
I specifically said naggers.
I totally thought you said the other thing.
He quoted the South Park episode.
I did. Naggers. Anyway,
I had to do it. It was so it was perfect. I had to do it.
Drew is not having it.
The best way.
Drew's over here just like,
how many people do you want to offend?
I know it.
2 weeks.
That's what I said, man. We gotta rein it in a little bit.
Oh my god!
You didn't let me finish my joke. Anyway.
Okay. Anyway.
God damn it. Anyway, yes. Doom Atlas is hardcore, more like Super Mario or Super Mario Maker. The way they're doing the map design and everything like that. If you actually look at it, you can set up gameplay styles. You can set up traps. You can set up enemies. You can set up different levels of floors.
Well,
all
yeah,
that
it's
stuff.
like that meets Halo's Forge, because the Forge was like a full multiplayer. Like you had a whole sandbox there where you just put whatever you wanted. Yeah, so
we can do ridiculous stuff.
Oh yeah,
that might be the intro. By the way, just let you know. You might have to skip ahead.
Cut that
skip ahead to the intro.
No, I'm kidding. Don't put that in.
Okay, yeah.
And we're all pre-ordering Doom. I'm gonna keep saying it every week.
Don't pre-order.
Drew's against.
I'm pre-ordering.
Drew's
gonna
fucking murder.
Pat joined us. He's gonna
all
pre-order
of you.
Doom. Yes.
Oh, I'm getting on PlayStation.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Close enough. I really do want. It's been a while since I've really wanted to play a first-person shooter.
If cross-platform happens,
has been in my life for.
You know what?
I played it at my grandma's house because she's the only one that had a decent computer that actually could play Doom. I remember.
That's ironic.
I know, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because my dad didn't have a hardcore
Granny's like, oh yeah, go ahead and play.
I played Crystal Mines. I played Doom, and I played friggin' Space Quest.
Okay.
Just Space Quest. Space Quest got in trouble for playing because it had adult themes to it, but it was weird because Doom had blood and everything going on, but my parents didn't care at the time.
Was Space Quest that game that had the kind of animated cartoon 80s animation style cutscenes?
No.
There was a game
more pixel related.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like King's Quest. King's Quest and Space Quest were made by
yeah,
Sierra.
like,
The same,
I remember because there was a game that was kind of like, it might have been a sequel to Space Quest, but
No, you're talking about Space Ace, dude.
Space Ace. That was it.
You're
Okay,
thinking
Space Ace.
You're thinking of Dragon's Lair and Space Ace. Yeah,
yeah, because
the guy who animated for Disney and made like video games.
yeah, like
pretty
I
awesome.
thought it was pretty cool though. Like they made like a cartoon, like 80s style cartoon in the video game for cutscene.
True.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, buddy.
You know what? All you motherfuckers can go ahead and pre-order games. With the caveat that if you motherfuckers get burned by a bad game or a bad launch, you guys cannot fucking complain about it. You are not allowed to complain about
That's
it
why
at
I
all.
didn't complain about Street Fighter
Not
5 because I
even-
pre-ordered the shit out of that.
Not
at
even
all.
for 1 millisecond.
Yeah.
You have to sit
The
there
thought-
and sit with your terrible decision.
Suck it.
The
I
thought
pre-ordered
cannot cross your
Fallout
mind.
also.
And then I get to teabag your face.
Ooh.
I will not agree to that part.
I
No,
can't.
no,
Wait,
this is the
wait,
binding
wait,
one that we all
wait,
agreed
hey.
upon.
No. I'll agree with this. You can teabag my face. You have to at least have
Buy
played.
dinner?
Nope. No. You have at least have to play 10 minutes out of every single
if
one of your
it's-
Steam games.
Oh, well, I'm gonna do that anyway.
I'm just saying in general.
It's a good deal for you,
But-
then, right?
but-
You have to play 10 minutes out of all of your Steam
Yeah,
games.
yeah, before
every
the-
single one of your Steam games, you have at least 10 minutes. I have to see all of it. I
Yeah,
have to see
before
10
the
minutes of
teabagging
playtime.
begins.
Because it shows you. And then...
That's gonna take me a long time.
Yeah, so he won't be teabagging my face for
That's
a while.
10 minutes times like 240.
And then the best part is that I'm not worried because the spring sale's coming up. Because another 100 games is going to point I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's like
oh,
30 hours to Drew's
I'm
full.
ready.
It's just
Oh,
gonna-
for 10 minutes.
This is gonna be a vicious cycle.
One day, 10 years
be
from
good.
now, Drew is just gonna randomly run up to you and just start teabagging.
Yeah,
you.
if
You
you're
guys
not
not gonna know why.
Stop it!
I'm gonna throw my laptop in your face, and then I'm just gonna teabag you.
have to
You're like, where's this coming from?
You know what you did.
And I'm like, you know what this is.
I'll get married in the future. I'll be like, Drew, did you want to say a toast? You had your hand up.
Yeah, get on the
Just
ground,
come-
bitch.
Yeah, he just comes.
God damn it.
Guess what I've been working on all weekend?
I do want to say that I pre-ordered a handful of games the last 6 months, and the only one that had problems at launch was Siege. And of all of the other games I pre-ordered,
Which is ironically the
everything
the
was
one game
perfectly
you play
fine.
the most.
I do play.
Yeah.
Crave the abuse.
I do.
Well, it's good.
Spill
They made tangible as break out. Like,
I'm just saying, I played a lot of fucking games the past like 6 months, like holiday season up to now.
speaking
Everything's been fine.
of new games,
Yeah,
I don't-
problems with Just Cause 3 too. I just want to throw that out there. Loading times.
I think that was a widespread issue though.
Yeah, well,
that wasn't just-
I'm just.
I
I'm
doubt
just
that
saying.
was a
Wait.
pre-order related issue.
Being a widespread issue and not being a widespread issue are not good reasons. It's still,
Sure, I feel if it's
As
broken,
it worked,
it's
I don't know.
still
He
broken.
said it. So.
It's still an issue. It's still broken.
I know. Well, the game itself is not.
It's
broken.
actually worse because it's widespread.
Well, I also want to say that the issues that come up that happen at launch, some of them may be based off the fact that they were pre-ordered. Maybe they didn't develop thoroughly. Some of them may not be based off of the fact that
There's
they were
tiny
pre-ordered.
stipulations.
Like, yeah.
And obviously, it's probably impossible
All
for us
of them
to know.
are because the game developer
Everybody and their
didn't
mom
do a proper
knows.
job.
Well, they could be like, let's say they were lazy, or let's
Well,
say
hold-
it was an accident
Okay,
they didn't foresee.
hold on. Let me play devil's advocate here for a second. I'll use Division as for example because the night the Division came out, I put the game in, I installed it, and I got on the game,
I
and I
remember
had
seeing this on group chat too. You
Huh?
were probably- I remember seeing this on
yeah,
group
you
chat.
okay? Yeah, you saw this. So I put the game in, I installed it, and then I had issues with connecting for like the first half hour or so of the game of the servers being live. But after that half hour, I've never ever once had an issue with connection. And so it's like my question is like, how can the developers predict something like that
Okay,
ahead of time?
predicting servers being too full is not an issue with the game.
Okay,
That's an issue with their company.
right, but still, like how is it that they can prepare for something like that? Because they
Well, I mean, an
eventually-
open beta is a pretty good way to prepare for that.
It is a decent way to prepare.
But the open beta was
They had those, right?
but the open beta was nowhere near the size of the actual game. That's
But you
my
know
point.
that. Every game company out there should know what... Okay, I don't understand why you can't just prepare for what the max game's population is.
Part of it would be
If you don't have the money for it, then you have to deal with the problem of it.
Yeah.
If you have the money for it and you don't do it, it's a problem.
But in the Division's case, the issues only lasted maybe an hour or 2 hours at the most after launch.
they
I'd say that's a
probably just
successful
couldn't.
launch,
They
honestly.
couldn't get the traffic channeled properly.
Yeah.
To the right.
But
second,
after
to the
that,
server.
it's been very smooth, very.
I would not say a half hour of issues is any kind of problem on the
Had
company.
a boost
because
at midnight and
a
everyone go
half, yeah,
log on.
everybody
And
logged
then
on at the same
everybody-
time.
That's my
anybody.
point.
No.
That's my point because you got
WoW
millions.
does it all
That
the
is
time,
not
and
a
WoW's
launch
been-
issue. That
Every
is just
expansion that comes
the
out,
servers
it's like-
were over.
Yeah, you
That
had
even
a
happens in WoW.
you had a
A
huge
game that
traffic
has existed
issue.
for years.
Yes.
Exactly
What?
It's just like
What
every
I'm
expansion
saying
that comes out, it's
is
like everyone's in the
glitches-
starting zone or everyone's starting a
Glitches
new
on
character.
launch, not being able to connect to a game on launch, all these things. Like you can log into the servers, but the game won't connect multiplayer wise. That's not a server issue. That's a game issue.
Listen, guys, until ED comes in,
All
we
those
can't do
things are
anything.
problems, and they don't. It's because the company does not take the time to do it properly. It's not because the company is like, we couldn't predict that we were the games weren't gonna connect properly. No, they knew that going in. They can play. I deny it. It never happened in the beta. It never happened when we were testing it. No, it fucking happened, and you ignored it.
Because they already have your money.
You already have the money, and no, they can't take their money back. We don't offer refunds on games.
So PvZ was a successful launch,
Nothing
and we pre-ordered it. Division was a successful launch. We pre-ordered it.
I'm just saying it happens
so-
with AAA
I
titles.
But it's
pre-ordered
happening less than it is
Fallout,
not
I
happening.
never
I
They're more
pre-ordered
successful than
Plants
they are
vs.
not
Zombies.
successful.
I did not pre-order the Division.
Well, you-
Plants vs. Zombies was the only game I was willing to make an exception for
Because you're obsessed.
because it's amazing.
Pre-order
But-
Fallout, never had a problem with Fallout.
That's not multiplayer though.
Yeah, that's not that.
I guess we're kind of talking multiplayer games.
That
Sorry.
wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't expect.
Then I
Some
totally should not
single-player
talk in
games
this
had
situation.
issues.
'cause
I suppose you
I do
must
not
say
play a
that.
lot of multiplayer games.
Assassin's Creed Unity
This
had
is-
issues. That's a single player.
Well, Assassin's Creed
Well,
Unity.
yeah, no, in general.
Yeah.
That was glitchy as shit.
Actually, I guess
Or
it is kind of a
conversation
multiplayer
was.
game.
It has multiplayer.
But
We,
It has
we've
multiplayer.
all beaten on these issues like time and time
Yeah,
again.
it's like we're beating a dead
Honestly,
horse. at this point.
we really are beating a dead horse.
But
let's
what I
We're
was
just-
passionate though.
let's
We're
just-
passionate.
we'll come back
It'll
to
come up
this.
constantly in
we
gaming
will-
history. It always will.
We
No,
will
I'm serious.
we will come back to this on Doom's launch.
Nobody got my Mass Effect joke that I said earlier.
When we find out who was right and who was wrong.
I'm sure it'll be. It's not about being right or wrong.
In
It's
the
just a
long
bad
run,
idea to pre-order.
it's a
games.
bad idea.
Well, of
Whether
course.
you want to admit it or
We'll
not,
see.
it has been proven time and
pre-ordering
time
you.
again.
I am
it's a bad
pre-ordering.
idea.
I don't disagree with you, but I also can't
I have great trust
deny
in
the fact
Bethesda.
that I
I'm just
want to
saying.
play Doom.
I have fantastic.
There you go.
Doom looks
I wanna
sweet.
shoot
It'll be
demon-
fine.
Are you going to log on to the game at midnight and play for hours?
No.
Yes.
Then why do you need to pre-order it?
Because
you could literally walk into a store when you get off work on that day and buy the game.
I
after
saved money
reading-
on Amazon Prime by pre-ordering it.
And then you have to wait for the install if you install it.
And then I have to
beforehand,
wait
you
like a
just gotta
day or
fucking
two for
play
the
right
game to
away.
actually get
Perfect.
there.
I don't get to play the game right
was-
away.
My
What?
time is
Dude.
important to me, alright?
Fallout at midnight, I was ready, dude. I was.
Yes,
Wait, we were
exactly.
both freaking our
Yes.
shit out that night. Yeah, we
If
both
you
pre-ordered.
intend to play the game,
I know it's not
at-
multiplayer, but
as
what we're
soon-
talking
the
about.
second
I
you
know
walk
it
into
is.
your fucking house after buying
We
it,
didn't talk to each other
Go
the
ahead
entire.
and
Well, we
pre-order it
did,
and
but
do
we
what
were
the
like,
fuck
"Did you
you
see
want."
what happened? Did you just see what
See
happened?"
that shit? Oh my god.
No, we were that entire night.
I
I,
just
kept walking out of the room
Fallout
like, "How far are you
Browns.
right now?" Because shit just.
I just want it by the time that I am actually ready to play it,
Exactly.
and I saved a shit ton of money by ordering it on
switching
Amazon
to Geico?
Prime. I only
Let's switch to
You didn't save. Okay,
We're not sponsored. We can't say that.
Oh fuck, never mind.
you don't technically save money by ordering it on Amazon Prime because you
We
paid
do
for a
save
Prime
money by
membership.
sponsoring. Geico.
yeah, but still doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
If you
That's
buy
not
enough
the point.
games, you save money.
Yeah, if you buy enough games.
If you do enough games.
Which I do.
How many? We buy.
Which
I don't buy.
You
Josh,
don't because
Josh spends money on games like he's going out of style. Like, let's be real. Here.
I don't.
Yeah.
No.
But
I did have
Yeah,
Prime
yeah,
when it
yeah.
was free.
basically, okay. So what I was gonna get at before we kind of got into this discussion is like on the subject of new games. Drew kind of brought up some quote unquote breaking news for us, and we talked about Lionhead Studios going under a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
And
Sad.
sad, kind of.
I'm
But
sad.
I said
but
too.
I'm sad. I'm sad in the sense.
sucked at a lot of things.
I'm sad in
they
the
did.
sense that Fable was my favorite Xbox One,
Say,
like
but Fable.
original
The
Xbox.
original.
OG
Just
Fable's
saying,
so good.
They had
Don't
two
lie.
sequels.
That's
It'll
what they
always have a
fucked up.
space
OG
in my
Fable's
heart.
But that Fable Legends does have the green light, and it is apparently still going to be released.
That's not true.
That what? You just
No,
told us-
he didn't.
said it
Which
was
is why you should let me
You
talk
don't-
about it instead of just jumping in and saying stuff that you don't know about.
No, you don't listen.
That is what you
No, he did not say that. You're
Okay.
not fucking listening.
Worth ruins everything.
God damn it.
damn
Okay,
it,
fine.
Nate.
I'm sorry.
Let him talk.
Fable Legends got canceled. Okay, Lionhead Studios went under. It's gone.
Yes.
Now some of the guys left from the team are possibly opting to bring the game to the forefront.
Sweet.
And this is insanity right here. In lieu of taking severance pay from the job, they're going to continue to work on the game and make it. Possibly.
Are they gonna
But
go
if
on?
they make the game, do they get sole profits?
That I'm not sure about.
Because it's based
Are they
on
doing
micro.
some-
This game, the way you make money off this game for the developer and the owners is microtransactions.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how it's a free game, but you can buy things inside the game.
They're kind of discussing whether or not it's going to be released under an independent studio. So I don't know if they're buying the rights from Lionhead.
Well, Microsoft owns.
Are they
Lionhead.
collecting?
It sounds
And so
to
Microsoft
me.
probably owns the game.
It sounds to me like they're buying the rights with their severance pay.
Could be.
I mean, if they're going to continue working on it, but if they don't get their severance pay, it sounds
they
to me
going-
like they're buying it with their severance pay.
Actually, it sounds to me like the way I read this article is that I guess Microsoft or whoever owns the rights to the game, they're asking the employees if they'd be interested in continuing on working on the project as opposed to being let go with a severance package. So
I wonder if they're being paid somehow then, if they're still on payroll. Or
I'm
if
pro-
they
I'm
get
sure
a
they're
chunk
probably
of the
still
game.
on
They have to
payroll
be. They have to be
until-
like.
They
somebody's
will-
gonna be funny.
somehow they're
somehow.
making-
I mean,
They will
yeah.
likely get the profits.
I mean,
whoever
this-
stays and works on the game will get the profits, and whoever leaves will not get the profits.
A
They will get their
large-
severance package because they are no longer with the company, but the people who stayed will be the sole people who earn the profits.
That's one possibility. Yeah.
And a large chunk of this game is already done.
Oh, it's been like a closed beta for months now.
Exactly.
I played
So
the game before.
they just need to
played
put the
this.
polishing and
Oh,
finishing
did you?
touches on the
Yeah,
game
yeah, it's fun. I want to see
Was
it
it
released.
good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it.
and
Yeah.
throw it out
It's
there.
likely a
Did
situation
it feel
where
old school Fable?
No, it's not an RPG. It's like
Oh, is it the Connect?
no.
No.
It is essentially like
We don't talk about those games, Pat.
kind of
I know
similar
that.
to a-
I'm sorry.
It's
I
kind
remember
of
that.
similar to like a tower defense type.
It kind of is. It's like you
Game.
play as a party of 4, and you progress through a series of missions or whatever, where you fight these guys and you unlock this thing, then you go through this door. And as you progress through these missions, you end up fighting like another boss. That boss is controlled by an actual player, and so and
Interesting.
that player can like have
It's
like
like
almost
Binding
like
of
a
Isaac
god
on
mode,
crack.
and then they can control things. They can fight the other people.
Not as RNG
So-
as
so
Binding
if
of
it's-
Isaac, but you know what I'm talking about. Like you go through stuff.
So if it's
and
like
you're
tower,
what's going on?
If it's like tower defense though, would you compare it to something like I don't know, League of Legends or?
I don't want to call it a MOBA, but
Well, this is-
Right?
It's not a
You
MOBA.
did speak
No,
English
no.
there for a second.
it has.
Well, he just said if it's like tower defense, is it like League of Legends, which is a MOBA?
But like
That has
League
some tower defense
The League of Legends has
elements.
some tower defense
It
elements
has
to
elements.
it.
Your brain just shut off for
Well,
a
I
second.
mean, you can compare this game to kind of like Mass
It's
Effect 3
literally not where
multiplayer,
it's
where it's just kind of like a horde mode over time.
Right.
So it's-
Okay. Yeah.
A tower
okay.
defense game is where you set up the towers yourself.
But I'm still saying that League of
Well,
Legends
that's my
has
text
some
message
elements of
right
that in the game still.
No,
You played like one match of League of Legends, though.
I didn't play League of Legends. I
Or you
played
played
Smite.
That's what it was.
But-
Like Heroes of the Storm.
Then you don't know what you're talking
You were on
about.
the
my
opposite.
God.
It's like a
Well,
reverse
Get
tower.
out of here.
Josh is leaving.
Final Fantasy, we're coming up. Final Fantasy, we'll talk about it.
It's like a
don't have
reverse
time for
tower
Final
defense
Fantasy.
game.
You gotta go.
But all these talks, they're just talks. There's speculation right now. There's nothing confirmed.
I want this game to come out.
I
I had
think
fun with it.
I think it's really just on
Sounds fun.
in the line of
Just
the
general.
company is like saying if you want to take the risk, there might be a reward. Like, and the reward
But
might
who-
be greater than your severance package.
But what company is saying this though? Like nobody
Microsoft.
really knows.
Microsoft,
Microsoft
probably.
is saying that. Okay, Microsoft is doing that. All right.
Yeah, they own Lionhead, and I assume that
Yeah.
they own Fable Legends.
They
We also own Rare, and look how good they've done with
Right.
it. No.
With Rare Replay and all that other stuff.
But yeah, I hope Fable Legends comes out. I really want to see it released because I had a lot of fun playing it.
The
I
gameplay
liked it.
looked interesting. It's very different. Like it's never I couldn't think of a game to compare it to.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome, and that is not words I hear from you ever.
I mean,
like,
optimistic about something.
I'm just saying Douglas.
The words
normally doesn't
excited,
say that.
happy, and game in the same sentence.
Yeah, I know he doesn't use those
I don't
words in
think
the
I
same
said
sentence
excited
very
or
often.
happy.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just
But
You were
I'm just
giving
trying
off
to
that
think of
vibe,
things that you
right?
don't say.
I just thought it was. I thought it was interesting that, like, it felt like a reverse tower defense game, MOBA, where you
But
have to
a player
attack an
plays the
area,
boss.
but then instead of playing against the boss and the boss is computer controlled and runs in a pattern, you're playing against a
person.
player who is controlling this boss.
So-
the player might also get to affect you. The enemy player might also get to affect you at earlier stages where you're not
Yeah,
up
see,
against the boss.
from what I
And they
saw
get to
originally
control a
when the
lot.
game was first announced, they were the ones like setting up traps and things.
Yeah, I
So-
believe so. I didn't play the enemy. I only played in the group of 4. It's like a co-op multiplayer, kind of arena, I guess. But you go through different stages and you fight together in different missions.
Yeah.
So
It's
Gotcha.
kind of interesting.
Just out of curiosity, it was a bad game. It got hyped up, but the reviews weren't great. But it's almost the same style you guys are talking about in a weird way. Evolve.
Yeah.
It is very.
You know how Evolve is that you play as a monster.
I mean,
like
Evolve is-
conceptually, yes.
I know,
it's that,
I'm
No,
not
in terms
comparing
of
it
the
to
1
it.
versus 4 aspect. Yes, it's
Is
very
this
similar
more
to
like
Evolve.
like is it 3D?
It's kind of like an over the
is it-
shoulder.
or-
Actually,
okay,
it's
see,
kind of like over
and that's
the shoulder.
where this style I feel works a lot better compared to like the Evolve like 3D fighting thing.
Josh was all about that shit.
I'm just saying in general. I feel like over the shoulder. Like how many times have we played Binding of Isaac?
Well, Binding of Isaac is
uncountable.
arcade style, but yeah.
But I mean, in general, it's just like constant RNG and doing all.
They
that
also
stuff
said the
and
servers were going to shut down on a certain day, and what's today? The April 7th.
It's
I'll have to
7th
see
April.
if the servers are still up, and maybe you guys could try Fable Legends.
I think the report said there might be like one more day left.
I got an email because I've been playing this game for a few months now.
Isn't on the topic of server shutting down? Isn't PlayStation 2's final game server?
That
shut
already
down?
Oh,
happened.
don't bring that up.
That already
I didn't want to
happened.
bring it up.
Yes,
I thought it was
I didn't
April
want to
10th.
bring
No,
up.
it already
That
happened.
already happened.
Like the final PS2
The
servers
longest lasting console in gaming history
are
has servers have shut
done.
down.
Done.
Good.
No,
Sorry.
that's
Fuck
not good,
you.
dude. I have
Come
so
on,
many.
man.
I have
That's
so
like-
many
that's-
great.
Yeah.
I have so many great
Fuck
memories.
out.
Why is him saying it good such a bad thing? Because none of you play PlayStation 2 games on servers.
Dude, I have so many
That's
great
very
memories
true.
from playing.
Well, that's like
That's actually
being
very
like,
true
oh,
on
that's
my
oh,
sense.
your grandma died. Oh, she was really old. Oh, that's awesome. She died. Thanks.
You don't hang out with her anymore.
You don't hang out with her
anyway.
anymore. Yeah.
April 13th, the servers closed for Fable, according to this email I got a couple weeks ago.
I want
That
to
may
try
have
it. I want
changed
to try
as
it
far as I
before
know.
it gets.
Yeah, I want to give it a chance for it.
We can.
I live with it.
well, you guys
Fuck
try
you.
it. So see what you guys think. Get a little feel for it. So,
But,
bye, Drew. Drew's
we all
leaving.
say salute.
We gotta
Drew?
salute Drew. He's gotta take off.
Bouncing.
Bye, Drew.
Love you.
We got about
Larry Drew.
But
How good's Final Fantasy?
10 more minutes.
we'll probably we'll get it.
I don't know
We'll get
how
into
to play
we'll get into the last topic because I know Pat and Josh are gonna have a field day with this one. The Final Fantasy 15 demo.
Oh, shit,
Pat and Josh, go.
It's
Have fun.
fucking incredible.
It's
is
pretty
what it
goddamn
is.
insane.
It's fucking awesome.
Massive boners all around.
Yeah.
Pat,
told-
Pat and Josh are touching tips like that.
Way ahead of you.
I'm destroying everyone
Wait,
at this table
yeah.
with a massive erection. So, Pat, Logan and Nate and I
Let's start.
actually recorded a video yesterday with the Final Fantasy 15 demo. So, I kind of want to start this off with hearing your impressions about what you've enjoyed about this demo so far, and
Gotcha.
and how you're feeling about it.
Okay, cool. Well, initially, obviously being the giant music geek I am, they're bringing it back, like
Yeah.
orchestra style. The same orchestra artist is actually Nobutsu is in it, but also he's collaborating with what's her name from Kingdom Hearts.
I can't remember her name.
You know what I'm talking about though.
Well, like
That's
the
why it was
J-pop
heavy
singer?
piano. No, not the pop pop singer.
Utada
No.
Hikaru? I know about that one.
No. That's why it's very heavy piano at the beginning. Like on the title screen.
Yeah.
Hardcore. You see Carbuncle?
Yeah.
Just sitting there going on.
Carbuncle. I didn't get the.
We make some jokes about the name
I
of
know,
the
that's the
video.
point. That's actually the name of the
It's
summon.
creepy.
It's
We were so
Carbuncle.
confused.
It's Carbuncle. Me and him know that. You guys don't.
It's my
know.
creepy grandpa Carbuncle.
No, Carbuncle is actually the name of.
the
See,
little-
and I say it naturally. Don't give a shit.
Carbuncle is
God.
The little fox that is in the game.
It's adorable. Carbuncle, you give a shit now.
I just want to laugh.
You are gonna
Oh,
play
it's
that game and be
adorable
like, oh, look how
Carbuncle.
awesome Carbuncle is. And then again,
Stop saying Carbuncle.
I'm gonna say Carbuncle.
Oh my fucking god!
But anyway, Carbuncle
So
jokes
initially,
aside.
Carbuncle looks great on the title screen. Number one,
It looks so majetic.
it does majestic.
Carbuncle does look majestic.
Whether the Logan's crying.
I have to leave in a minute. Carbuncle's so majestic.
So you start the game and it's like, oh, you're going to a dream mode. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That seems, awesome. I watched the anime series. Oh.
Can I just imagine Carbuncle's voice being like, "Oh, I'm Carbuncle and I talk like this."
No, I hope it's like a New York accent. It's like, hey, what you doing?
I wasn't mustard on paperboard, man.
No.
Come on down to the cell. I got
Carbuncle
some popsicles.
uses
I
really
will
light.
stab you.
Don't do it.
Come on.
That's,
So
anyway,
when you start on, you enter in the forest area. Music, again, being the music nerd. All three areas. And the fight music, which is technically the last area.
Yeah, which is incredible.
Yeah,
by the way.
all the music's great, which has always stuck me in any video game in general. Visually, I noticed there were some frame rate issues.
I
going
didn't
on.
see any.
Me personally, I mean, it wasn't like hardcore when it came to like fighting and everything like that. It was more cinematic based. Like right away at the beginning when he was getting up and waking up, I noticed that the frame rate kind of like.
Yeah, there's.
I'm not complaining about it. I'm just
Right.
saying that the frame rate, I did notice a little
Okay.
bit. It jumped down from.
Yeah,
60
I did
frames
see
to
some frame
whatever.
tearing, but I mean, you also have to imagine. It's a technical demo. Two, it was a game. It was a game that was developed.
It's
I'm
a
not-
beautiful technical.
It was
Yeah.
developed for PS3 that got
PS4, you mean?
that got transitioned and upgraded to
It was
PS4.
originally
it was
developed for
developed.
PS3.
It was originally
and they-
developed. Dude, did
They
you do you not listen to
hardcore
me?
pushed it.
I told you this game. I have only been waiting like fucking 12 years to play this
both
fucking
have been
video
waiting.
game.
We talked about it
Okay,
yesterday on
what
the
was
video.
12 years ago?
Okay, fine.
Common
Fine.
sense.
We don't
Thank
talk about
you.
it.
Common sense.
We don't talk about. Anyway,
But to be fair, yeah, the game is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Exploration
really
based for a technical demo. It did feel like a technical demo.
It pretty much was. That's
Yeah.
all it
Those
was.
lighting
So-
effects, though,
Amazing.
Oh,
Lighting's
fine, dude.
great.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can choose if you want to. You step on like the time based thing, and it like changes the time.
Speeds
of
up
thing.
time.
Or you can change to
Weather-
weather based
weather
thing. You can
effects.
do the weather thing, which is
Yep.
cool. You can kind of make it based off what you want to do. You start collecting crystals. You get your old school RPG feel. It's like collect everything. Shiny, shiny,
That's
shiny.
That's
shiny.
what I like when he was playing it last night. I was comparing it like, oh, this is like the Japanese equivalent of Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Initially, yeah. But it was there for a reason, which was really nice in the technical demo. It's like, if you want to unlock some cool shit, then friggin', explore. They want you to explore, which is what Final Fantasy has always been about.
Yeah, and I also said
Explore.
that last night as
I'm
well.
not saying classic Zelda, like, go check every tiny corner and see if it's something shiny is over there. I'm just saying, you start exploring and you find a cave randomly, and you're like, oh, let's see what's in here.
Yeah.
Well, and if you remember,
And you can walk in and be like, oh shit, these guys are going to kill me, run away. But you'll remember that, and then finally when you're halfway through the game and you're high enough level, you go, remember that cave that I got my ass kicked in?
It's not time to go back.
Let's go back. Yeah.
If you remember about games like Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, where you had, an airship and like you got to travel to different continents and see different things. I mean, Final Fantasy has always been about exploration.
Yeah.
And especially with this title, especially compared to titles like Final Fantasy 13, which we won't talk about because that's a garbage game, which wasn't even remotely about exploration. It seems like they're really bringing this back to its roots in every way possible. And if you want to look at it in comparison to Final Fantasy VII, and I don't want to compare it to that, but at the same time, I can't help but compare it to that because of how big of a deal Square is making this game. And how, with character development and anime and a new movie, they're really trying to spark a lot of interest and a lot of fan fame, I guess. Not fan fame, but fan excitement over this new title. So
because you were kind of saying like they're hyping this up to be like the new Final Fantasy VII.
Well,
pretty much. That's what I feel like they're doing with it.
The best way that I will defend his point is from Final Fantasy X, 12. Some people would technically go on where it is open world ish.
Yeah.
To the point where there were big areas that you could like explore, but it wasn't like full open world exploration.
Yeah.
To where you had to run from town to town. It was like, oh look, you go through this little passageway, loading screen, and then you have a big area, and then you jump through it, another loading screen, and then another big area. Mm-hmm. Final Fantasy VII and anything before that was about, look, there's this huge open world. We're going to run around it and look, oh, look, there's a mountain that kind of looks like it has an opening. Or look, here's a town that's sitting right here.
Yeah.
10, not counting 12, 10, and not the MMOs, 10 and all the 13s were literally just singular. Just hallway simulator, as they call it.
Yeah.
No, but it was. It was like
put you on a tunnel.
Run to this point, maybe get a few treasure chests, cinematic for like 20 minutes.
It's like let me just
let's go.
Let me just like guide you through this interactive movie and just like stun you with
This
pretty
one,
visuals.
it is open, like, and this is just
open.
not counting from the demo. I'm just saying in general, it's counting from the gameplay we've seen.
And like that's
it is open world.
And I
like,
haven't.
Let's go.
I was telling Josh last night and saying I haven't played a Final Fantasy game since Final Fantasy IX, and like.
Which
my
is
favorite.
awesome.
Yeah, that's your
It's
favorite
my
one.
favorite, buddy.
It's your
That's
favorite
my
one.
favorite.
But Final Fantasy IX is a great game. But and that's all I heard about like Final Fantasy 13 and all these other newer ones. Like it's just it's all linear. There's nothing really. There's not a whole lot of exploration. It's just a bunch of pretty visuals and like mediocre storylines.
Exactly. And I'm a lore nerd. I did not give a shit about Final Fantasy 13's lore. Like I literally was done with it after a while.
Like and the little
Snow was a cool character. I will give him that, but I did not care about anything in that story.
But me and Logan got to play the demo last night, and like
we played the final boss battle.
The final boss battle.
Yeah, you guys got to play the combat.
Dude, like
the combat. That's what I'm coming up with. Yeah.
Like we're making the comparison that the combat is kind of like
free flow, very free flow.
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me of Devil May Cry in a way. And I love those kind of games.
Based off the creature.
Based off the creature.
Obviously, this guy's a big dude, so you have to.
So
we only got to see the combat of that one boss, and so I assume that the game will be like each enemy will kind of have its own unique way to fight it. We didn't get to experience that yet.
I just kind of like
so
the way
I'm not saying it's not going to be that way, but I'm just our only experience was
you attack continuously, keep doing stuff. So what I would do is all the time is while I was attacking, it's like I would do 3 strikes with small sword. It would knock the enemy back. I would automatically click right, which I had the heavy hammer weapon ready to go. This is just me playing RPGs for a while, ready to go. Bam, he's already down to like a quarter health. Guess what does a quarter health damage? And he's already knocked down. Bang, hit the hammer. Yeah. When it comes to bigger enemies like that, a little more strategic. Go in, do warp strike every once in a while.
That was cool. I was just gonna say the warp strike.
Warp strike, dude. Yeah. For the highest point of the building,
oh, it's so good.
Like,
it's like very free flow system. And initially, that's actually what they wanted to do. And I don't want to bring up. You'll love it, but they won't. I wanted to bring up Kingdom Hearts. Like they actually wanted to build.
Josh mentioned that a couple times.
They wanted to build that battle system initially into Kingdom Hearts, but they tested it with. I don't know what it's called.
Final Fantasy
Dream Drop, like on the DS version, is what they called it. I want to say where they
Dream Drop distance.
Yeah, where you could kind of like teleport back and forth, which is kind of their experimentation, and then they put it into Final Fantasy 15.
Final Fantasy 15 was originally supposed to be a testing ground for the new battle system for Kingdom Hearts 3 as well.
It was supposed to be. Yeah.
Same character designer, same creator, Tetsuya Nomura. Helped head the project. It's been handed off since then, but he originally headed the project. But so you can see a lot of similarities between the battle system and the way that the combat plays out. Overall, I want to say that I was really pleased with the combat. I wish I could have seen more of it. And
I'll agree with that. Yeah, just taking on goblins and hitting them back and forth, Yeah,
I mean, it was okay. Like, I mean, like after playing it for about 3 or 4 hours, because I've been compulsively obsessed with this demo for the last week.
Everybody.
Yeah,
trying.
after I played the boss battle a few times, I was kind of like, okay, I'm over it. But like, going back and playing that boss fight, because I played that boss fight at least 5 or 6 times.
Just see what the L1R1 ability actually like. I understand how it works.
Oh yeah, you guys didn't even
where
get to
you just
see
get
that.
the hardcore like sword system, and you like. You can continuously keep fucking people up.
You click on L1 and R1, and like I completely forgot about this ability, but you get swords that dance all around you and cause repeated damage to
as
the
you're
enemy.
attacking.
As you're attacking,
also swords keep constantly flying in.
You fly so much. I don't know.
It was pretty epic.
Failure.
The first time I did it was
failed.
pretty epic.
Yeah.
I don't know
That sounds
you need
awesome.
to do to unlock that, but yeah.
You have to build up a special meter, and as soon as it goes all the way around, like then you can click it in. So.
Yeah. That sounds really cool, though.
Oh, it's awesome. So it's Kingdom Hearts mixed with Devil May Cry. You didn't really get to see much of the Devil May Cry until the very end of the demo. But if you're a fan of like Kingdom Hearts or any Final Fantasy game in general, there's no reason not to check out the demo. I've already pre-ordered the
story
game.
looks
so.
I'm kind of excited. It's more modern based, which is something that they've kind of pushed on a few times when it came to like Final Fantasy VI. They had the mechas. Final Fantasy X, they had the machinas via the old school religion base, all that stuff. 13, which I
and then they had Blitzball,
which I don't care. And then they have Blitzball.
They have Blitzball.
Football, soccer, pinball, like every sport ever
scuba.
combined into one. And scuba, yeah.
Scuba diving.
I don't know. This one just seems interesting. Like, there's a lot of guys that are worried that it's going to be hanging out with your buddies. Driving around in a car, exploring.
It's so much more than that.
It's way more than that.
This game's been in development for years now. I mean,
and it's only based off of what people are seeing off the demo footage, which obviously, they're sporting up like, hey, look, we're driving in a cool car. Look at the cool landscape and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in general, gamers are just like
our impatience.
Oh, as usual.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, it just looks like a bunch of guys hanging out and just, playing an RPG and hanging out. I'm like, no. There's going to be a hardcore storyline. There's going to be some in-depth bullshit.
The demo that
exploration all the way through.
The demo that we played, in all honesty, wasn't really as tight. Combat-wise and everything else is like what I've seen online as like what I've seen as far as like YouTube demos of like major publishers or like entertainment outlets or like places like IGN and GameSpot.
Well, they get access to open world.
They get their hands on these fucking reviews and they just look beautiful and they look like they play so well and like they're being complimented so highly. And the technical demo that we got, while it played well, it just didn't seem like I was getting that full experience that a lot of other people have gotten with the game.
You're stuck with one boss over and over again.
Well, and even technically, I mean, like when they're fighting in combat in these Final Fantasy 15, like 2 to 4 hour demos that they're getting, like the combat just seems so responsive and it just seems so immediate. And like to me in the demo,
smooth flowing,
more free flowing, and they had more access to more abilities and whatnot. And so like it seemed a lot better there than it did in the Platinum demo, but I have a feeling that the final product will deliver what I'm looking for as far as like what I want it to be. So I'm gonna take a chance. I've taken a chance on it.
Nate and Logan have been on their phones the entire time because
I'm listening. It just doesn't pertain.
When is
I was paying attention.
Okay, so kind of.
You played it. What did you think? Out of curiosity.
Well, I mean, I like the combat for the most part.
Visually,
it looks good.
Visually,
good.
The game looks.
I'm excited to see those.
Really
I'm curious if those are like the final graphics. I guess
probably.
I'm hoping.
I mean,
it might be final graphics, but I think the frame rate, like we were talking about earlier,
something.
I think like I noticed some frame rate like shit going on.
Well, and it took me a while to notice in the attacks of the main boss, you had to time the dodge. You couldn't just like in Bayonetta, you can really just kind of dodge whenever you want to move around. It's much more fluid. This was like
depends on the attacks that are going. It says it in the tutorial. It says hold square to dodge all enemy attacks. Some enemy attack cannot be dodged initially.
Mm-hmm. Me and Worth didn't really have that. We just kind of jumped it.
Oh yeah, my bad.
So,
yeah, we weren't.
No, it said it in the
was
tutorial.
Pretty funny. Honestly.
You can hold square. Yeah.
Well, Josh
like,
told us
you can
that.
literally dodge anything you want. But like when he's coming down with a hardcore strike. Yeah. Like you cannot just sit there and hold square.
And it makes sense to time it. I just didn't know it. There's a little learning curve, but it's not bad. It was a lot of the combat.
I had to do it a couple times, to figure it out.
I like the warp strike thing, whatever that was.
The warp strike where you like
You
drop.
just can basically teleport and fucking hit them. That was
Fucking
cool.
sweet, dude.
The hit detection of the main boss it felt a little off to me. Like when he swung his sword straight down, the area it would hit was way wider than the sword itself. It just felt a little weird.
He's crushing the ground around him.
But if the sword misses you by 5 feet, the ground you can maybe fall off balance.
It's like an atomic bomb
No.
going off.
It
No,
was
it's
a
like a
sword.
bomb going off. You get hit.
You find me the lore, and then we'll talk. But it was a sword. It was a sword in the combat.
I guarantee
it
you.
would
I'll
hit
fucking
you.
Okay,
lure
It
him
would
right
hit you
now.
that,
from
Don't
very
challenge.
far away.
that was a complaint that I was having though.
Okay, but what about ground pounds?
No, we're not even going there.
No, I'm
we're not going to ground
no.
pounds.
Find me the lore and
The
we'll talk.
force of
I
the
just
gravity
wanna
of the
say,
punch or
no.
the
You
strike
punched the
is
ground
pushing
and
him.
you punched it so hard I died of shock. not I died from the shockwave of the punch. I just died because it was amazing you could punch the ground so
In
hard.
Halo 5 ground pound, you actually have to hit the person, just so you know. Just saying. One ground pound.
Congratulations
Just
on
saying.
slightly making ground pounds more realistic.
Hey!
We brought up horrible memories.
So okay,
War
kind
flashbacks.
of rounding out this topic because we need to start wrapping up here. When is this game scheduled to be released?
September 30th.
September 30th.
Yes.
You guys already
There's
know.
a reason why that we're already
Yeah.
on that point.
You guys are like, the Final Fantasy.
September
butt buddies.
30th, and be ready for
Whoa,
that
whoa,
podcast.
we
'cause
are
me
in-
and Josh will be.
I have no shame being a Final
talking
Fantasy
dark
butt buddy.
right now. It'll be so good.
Okay, guys. So the last thing we'll touch up on here tonight is we will finally announce the winner for our 3 months of Xbox Live giveaway.
Yeehaw.
And thanks to everyone that entered. We reached our milestone and then some, and we keep getting more and more followers as time goes on.
And we love you guys.
Yeah, we love you guys. We thank you for subscribing and keep checking back to our channel. But we have to announce a winner.
Show me dragon.
Show me dragons! No, that's not right. But, okay, so before I announce the winner, just say, if we didn't call your name, don't worry. We're going to keep having more and more giveaways as time goes on. But we reached over 700 followers. That was our milestone on Instagram. And our winner is Instagram user Johnny the Gamer. It goes by Johnny Win. So what you need to do is message us on Instagram or on Facebook or whatever, and make sure we want to make sure we get your prize, because if we don't hear from you after a week, we're going to announce another winner. But as of right now, you claim the 3 months of Xbox Live. So congratulations, Johnny. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you, sir.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Round
Johnny.
Cheers, Johnny.
Golf clap.
Golf clap, everybody. And to anyone else, like I said, we're going to be having our next giveaway at, what, is it 300 Facebook likes? So
300.
that one's going to be Star Wars themed, if I'm not.
It is
if I'm
Star
not
Wars
mistaken.
themed. Yep.
Yeah, so keep looking out for
I
that.
plan on putting an extra prize in on that one too.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, follow us on Instagram. Definitely subscribe to us on YouTube. Keep checking back for
That'd be
more
crazy.
content. We're going to be releasing new videos every Friday and new podcasts every Monday.
Jesus, we have like a 1 million videos backlog now.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some.
We're to the point
we're
now
having some
where-
stuff coming out soon.
Yeah, we have a lot of content we're gonna start pumping out, and it's gonna be a constant flow of new videos for you guys. So just be ready for that.
We're good.
And
Like us, subscribe.
like us,
Give us
subscribe,
ideas.
follow us, interact, comment, share, do whatever you got to do. Just do something to get our name out there.
Podcast over.
Podcast is over. This has been episode 23 of the Michael Jordan Podcast.
It's Logan.
I mean the
What? Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan Podcast, episode 23.
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
He's tired.
So.
I'm Disco.
I'm Patrick.
I'm Josh. Go fuck yourself.
And I'm Nate, and I'll say this for Drew, but he's not here. So anyway,
Just say ga 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 ga.
gak, 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 gak.
And fuck Sean.
Fuck Sean. Episode 23. Goodbye.
Goodbye.